Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Mert Mart, where you shop smart. Let's go. I guess I should double check and make sure I'm actually sharing the game and not just my desktop screen. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Manya's coming back to the channel. Manya back over on YouTube. She's gonna take a whole fucking shit down Aaron's throat, apparently. Alright. Where were we? What were we doing? Oh, right, we bought our corner. Yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Look, we got our red corner is fucking gone. Is fucking gone. Let's go. I'm so happy about that. It's fucking great. I'm trying to figure out, I don't know, we gotta rearrange some stuff. And I think in the books. I'm thinking the books go over here. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now in this space. I'm thinking this. I'm thinking this comes over here. Right? 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 You see my vision? Do you see my vision? Boom. Boom. Look at that. Look at that vision. Look at that vision. Isn't it it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I'm standing in my own way. Boom. Gorgeous. Alright. Hear me out. Now I have space here for another thing of produce. You see what I'm saying? You see my plan? You see where I'm going? Do you recognize the power at which I am operating? We gotta get one of these. We gotta get a corner. Do we have a corner? Do we have another corner? We need two. We need two other corners. We have a corner. We have a corner shelf. In my boxes and boxes and boxes of horse shit. We don't. We don't. We don't have another corner. So we need another corner. Right. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so parts of the stream got muted yesterday, because of course they did. Mm. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the vibe and music, but it's fine for now. Yeah. So, how are you guys feeling about the Switch 2? I'm curious. There's a bit of a discussion about it happening in the Discord right now, and I was curious about your thoughts. What are you guys thinking? I'm thinking about like doing that corner the same way I've kind of got this corner. You see what I'm talking about? Where it like kind of comes out, but then like scoops. So this scoops in here, but it scoops into like a corner. I'm thinking about doing the same kind of thing, same kind of vibe. I'm looking forward to the Switch 2 actually. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be interesting. Like the specs on it look to me, right? Like I'm not somebody who like tries to like optimize uh like I'm playing Supermarket Simulator. Like I am clearly not like the I need to optimize my frame rate. I need to have like the perfect, you know what I mean? Like that's not my shtick. I don't care for that very much. It's not a big deal to me. So it's like kind of whatevs as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not too worried about probably not buy it for 2 to 3 years. You're probably not gonna be able to buy it for 2 to 3 years anyway. You're in America. The hell are you talking about? You think you're gonna be allowed to buy things in America in 2025? Get out of here. Who are you kidding? All right, we'll take this one. This one's fine. Um, so I'm gonna do my best to take all of this off the shelves. And I don't want these fuckers coming. I don't want these assholes coming back here and trying to load this up. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. Right? You guys see what I'm getting at here? What I'm working on? I did kind of screw myself a little bit by the way I did this, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This. It's fine. It's fine. I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. Yeah, put the box down. Put the box down. Okay. Nope. Okay. Now I can put the box down and they can come and get the box. Yeah, no, it's filled, dude. What are you gonna do about it? Fucking nothing. That's what I thought. Fuck. Fuck you, Enrico. Asshole. Asshole. Fine, it's fine, it's fine. Put the box down, put the box down, put the box down. Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good. Nope, pick the box up. There we go, put the box down. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, hold on, what's the next one? Blue flower. We got this, we got this, we got this. Hey, Generic, how you doing? Listen, I think they bully me more than I bully them, alright? At least when I bully them, they get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on. I mean, it doesn't really matter which side it is. Not really terribly relevant, but whatever. Yeah, get out of here. Last one. Wait, which? It was one of the flowers, right? Which one was it? This orangish one. This one. I gotta run faster than these men. They zoom in. Alright. We're good. Why do I keep doing that? I really gotta stop doing that. Yeah, the game prices for the Switch are already varying. So, like, in the UK, the Switch prices, like, they're like, oh, it's gonna be so expensive, and then they turned around and made it, like, the normal price, like, $59.99 for a game. But, like, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that weird to have the games. The Wii, the Wii U, the GameCube. There we go. I'm gonna slowly start pulling the product out of there. What do we need to order? Oh, not a ton. Oh, we're actually in pretty good shape here. Did I already do this? I must have did this at the end of yesterday. Oh yeah, you know what? I did do that. I'm such a little smarty potato. Good job, me. Doing the right thing, doing things the right way, making sure we got the muns. Need more mangoes. Oh yeah, look at this. We're stocked up, we're good to go. We are Gucci! Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, alright. Let's open the store! Look at this, there's so much room for activities! Boom! Alright. I am gonna move this slightly over. I'm gonna put this, like, here. So remember before when I had these little pockets and then I put 2 more shelves? That's what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna clean that up. I'm gonna buy a corner shelf to go here, but I don't want to bother futzing with that yet. Um, we can put this over here. Nice. Alright, that's good for now. We're gonna buy more of these because the next license upgrade is avocado, bananas, grapefruit, pumpkin, papaya, and clementines. We should be able to order that by the end of today's stream. Today's stream is gonna be a little bit shorter because I went a little bit over on YouTube talking about the conservative shitty ass plans to do shitty ass things to Canada and making it shitty in Canada, which nobody really wants. Um, but alas, but alas. I didn't turn the music on. There we go. He's stacking, he earning. Well, I'd be Mert Martin. Martin Murty. Enrico zoom in. He's stacking. Usually I like generally decide if I'm gonna buy a system, like a console, based on whether or not I think that that console is gonna have enough games on it that I want. And like, long story short, I think that there's enough. So I never played Undertale. So I'm interested in playing Deltarune. So I didn't actually watch a bunch of people playing Deltarune either. So it would be like a really fresh experience for me. So I'm kind of interested in that. I also am interested in playing Hollow Knight because I've never played that one yet either. So playing Hollow Knight and playing Silk Song, I think would be really a really cool experience to have. It's also been a really long time since I played Bravely Default, and I saw that one. I was just like, Bravely Default. No way. No way. Keeping those loaded up. What did I miss after I said hi? You're on Facebook arguing tiffs with middle-aged white guys who can't even follow basic reading comprehension. You posted about it in Discord. Okay, well, I'll definitely have to take a look at the Discord then after, but I can't do that right now, obviously. I mean, I probably could, actually. I would probably do that. I'll take a look in a second, because that sounds pretty classic you. I was reading that Canada has its own version of Project 2025 over on YouTube, and we were talking about the Switch. Open that up. Do 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 do. I didn't check the prices. Hold on. Ooh, you wait there. I'll be back in a half an hour. There we go. 640. There we go. Okay, we fixed it. We're good. Star Fox and Animal Crossing. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I haven't played an Animal Crossing game in a long time. My sister played a bunch of Animal Crossing on the GameCube. I would not hate picking up an Animal Crossing game. It's been a long time since I did an Animal Crossing game. I played Pocket Camp on my phone for a while. Can. I liked Pocket Can. The new Animal Crossing game almost seems too, like, it's got too much going on. $50, $70, $95, $6, $50, $80. I can count. Nope, 29, 01. Oh, lag. Newest Horizons actually felt a little empty. Oh, really? Uh, 50, 90. I'm enjoying that people are like, oh, the checkouts are full, right as, like, my checkout opens. It's like, bro, please. Did I just get, like, 4 customers in a row with exact change? Bless your hearts. What do you guys think of the new Mario Kart? What do you think about it being open world? And, like, just letting you drive around? Like, I don't, like, I don't think I get it. Like, I'm not convinced I understand the concept. Like, like, that seems so weird to me. I mean, I guess it's innovative. Like, it's unique to, like, a driving game. Implementing co-op in Horizons was slow and glitchy. Yeah, I wasn't huge on the co-op. I feel like Animal Crossing is the game that you have when you don't, like, you're playing when you want to be left alone and just in your little town with your little goobers. And you explicitly are picking the villagers that you want and the people that you like. Right? It's not, you're not gonna... Why would you ever want to play that co-op? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like the type of game that you would want to play in that way. Sorry, I have returned. I apologize for being here, he says. Hey, Sloan, you made it. What's going on? Mood. I apologize for being here. My bad. It's not particularly unique. The long drive in an open world driving sim with zombies and killer rabbits, a very 1970s vibe. Yeah, that's a good point. Been a minute since you've been in Mert Mart. Yeah, welcome back to Mert Mart, where you shop smart. You'll never guess what we finally managed to succeed in doing. I did take a break. I took a break for a little bit. I was gone for like a couple of weeks. I had a bunch of stuff with like a YouTube channel launch that I had to do, but also my dog passed away. My dog is dead. Puck is no longer with us. Very sad. He was 13. He's now vibing in the living room. Currently as an urn, but that'll only last until long enough for me to find a cool looking hourglass to put him in. I am still, of course, devastated, and I will remain that way for the rest of my life, and that's fine. Posting this stuff in Buddy Can't Read. Okay, yeah, tell me about this, Buddy. Literally, these guys who are supporting this stuff are just... okay, which stuff? Are we talking about, like... Are you talking about, like, a conservative... Like, a conservative? Are you talking about, like, a... Who are we talking about? You said an illiterate, middle-aged white man, right? The tariffs. Okay, got it. These guys literally... these guys who are supporting the tariffs are just acting like reality doesn't exist and just ignoring the facts that are directly in front of them. Yeah, that's... Yep. Brain rot. This guy is literally commenting things I never said in my comment and trying to gaslight me into saying I didn't mention things that one didn't bear mentioning into aren't part of the conversation. Oh. Yeah, that's... Okay, so I've had, like, a handful of conservative, like... I almost feel like they ought not be called conservatives, because, like, I don't usually have problems with center-right conservatives. My issue comes with right-wing extremism. And that's what this is. This is right-wing extremism. My issue... and I've had a handful of these people pop into my side chats, and I've kind of trying to figure out how to handle them, because I feel like it's almost a situation where until you can prove to me you are capable of having a standard human interaction, like you know how to have a conversation at all, why, like, you're wasting my time otherwise. You know what I mean? And, like, these people run around screaming that, like, oh, you're triggered, blah, 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 and they're the ones that are mad all the time. It's like, I'm not really... I mean, I'm outraged, but I'm not angry. Like, I'm outraged, and I think my outrage is reasonable. Can you explain to me why my outrage is not reasonable? And the answer is no. No, we can't explain why your outrage isn't reasonable. And yeah, you're right. They need to be treated like children, and like, but at least children are usually willing to listen. You have to treat them like a child currently mid-tantrum. And you sort of gotta... I'm struggling to figure out how to talk to these people. And like, I'm putting in an effort. I really do want to try to have conversations with people who are on this side of the spectrum. At least I want to talk to regular conservatives, at the very least. I'm not really that concerned about like Nazis. I don't care about talking to Nazis, fuck them. But like people who are getting caught up in this that would otherwise be reasonable, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't really know how to conversate with you. Because like they don't make it easy. Like they make it difficult on purpose. And like that might be the intention, you know what I mean? Like they're not really there for a conversation, they're there to just fucking screech at you. And like, okay, fine, but like, so what? They're trying to waste your energy on purpose. They're trolling, basically. But like, how do you get those people... 'Cause they do this in real life, too. Like, I've had real life conversations that are like what you're describing. And I'm like, so how do you get them off script? How do you get them out of this fucking headspace? Like, I've had my people in my real life look me in the eye and tell me they think that me looking up facts, like looking up what's going on, for something they brought up, completely independent of whatever we were talking about, that I'm the one they think I'm dishonest. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, we're just operating on whole different fields of reality. And it's just like I'm not offended. I'm not bothered that you think I'm dishonest. I'm confused. Because I'm the one showing up with citations. I'm the one showing up with the numbers. You're just saying shit and then making me do all the work. Why am I the one that's dishonest here? How is that the case? How did that happen? I don't understand. I don't grasp. Maybe I'm not smart enough. I got my preschool teacher bag on. They just stopped talking to me, which is nice. Rots your brain. Yeah. The way young guys have been radicalized is just embarrassing and crazy. They're ironically being infantilized by the dude bro power fantasy. Yeah! Yeah! No, yeah, you're right. And there's really not a whole lot out there that exists to counter it. And, like, at the same time, as I'm saying that, I'm like, but what would counter that? Like, I don't know, do we need an Aragorn podcast? Like, the fuck? And the only response that I've seen from women that has any kind of, like, real effective, results is women being like, we're not having sex with conservatives. And I think that's what, like, women who are married are like, I'm refusing to have sex with my husband until he stops being a fucking moron. And I'm like, that's fair. I'm like, that's fair. But the men are super mad about it. And I'm like, no, too bad, I guess. I don't know. It's your fault you can't convince your wife to sleep with you because you're too busy being an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, women not fucking them. Yeah. And then they talk about, like, they're like, describe women choosing not to have sex with them as if they're being assaulted. And it's like, you absolute fucking children. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's absolutely, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't get it. And I'm like, and the thing is like, the person, so, like, somebody will say to me, like, oh, apropos of nothing. So, like, there'll be a conversation going on, and this person will, like somebody will non sequitur or something at me, and be like, oh, this thing. And it's like, okay, but I don't know about that thing, so I'm gonna look it up. So I'm, like, earnestly, like, I don't know this thing you're talking about. I don't know why it's relevant, but I'm gonna look up what we're talking about. Because I say, okay, cool, where did you get that information? And they were like, well, I don't have a citation for it. I'm like, okay, well, then I'm gonna look it up. So I look it up, and I'm like, okay, well, this was a lie that has been definitively debunked 2 years ago. And I don't know what to tell you. And then they look at me and say, I'm lying. And I'm like, wait, how am I dishonest? How am I the dishonest one here? We haven't even gotten to my opinion. But then they agree with me. They agree that we haven't gotten to my opinion. And I'm like, okay, so if we haven't gotten to my position or my opinion, how could I possibly be the person who's being dishonest here? I don't understand. You're the one saying shit ad hoc. Like, what are you talking about? How is a poor country being exploited supposed to buy stuff at the level they're being exploited? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. The tariffs are stupid. Like, objectively fucking dumb. Like there isn't, like, there's no fucking... That's not an argument. It's a statement of fact. It's not my opinion. It's like how Aaron is a stalker and harasser. That's not my opinion. It is a statement of fact. Like, that is just the fact of the matter. It is a reality that we have to accept. The tariffs are stupid. It is a hard superposition of just a fact of the matter. Site communication skills for art class. Chinese imports now have 104% tariffs. Like, that just sounds dumb. Like, just on its face, it's just like, well, we're gonna tariff you 100%! Yeah, 104! It's like, this is stupid. This is dumb. This is objectively fucking brain dead. Some people also are like those people that just do not learn until it happens to them. You know what I mean? Like, I am not a big fan of that. I think that like, is indicative of low intelligence, in my humble opinion. When somebody's, like, refuses to take in information until it directly happens to them, I think you're fucking dumb. Like, I think you're fucking stupid. And I mean that derogatory. I don't mean that with no offense. I'd be offended. You should be. But you're not. I assure you are not as offended as I am that I have to deal with your dumb ass. Like I think that is probably like, to me, that is like the biggest sign of somebody who is low intelligence. To be like, I don't understand something until it happens to me, tells me that you have zero communication and zero like ability to learn one thing in one area, and you have zero applicable like ability to apply anything you've ever learned. And like, I don't mind people who learn slowly. I don't mind people who take like a few examples or they take their time understanding something. I don't. It's the people who are like actually just cannot possibly understand that the stove is hot, don't touch it. And they can't learn anything without touching the stove themselves, and then 20 minutes later forget. And they're like, well, maybe it's not hot now, and then do it again. And it's like, what are you fucking talking about? How do you expect your base to remain docile cows when they can't afford bullshit from Walmart? Yeah. Can people control the international courts please stand up and say Trump's national emergency is a lie? Yes, but they're gonna be slow about it. Like, I hate... How long, just comparatively, how long did it take international courts to condemn Netanyahu? And, like, the answer is too long, and most countries still are not condemning him. Regardless. I do know that, Canada, like, the country, has filed, international, like... They filed, like, complaints, and then also filed, like, disputes, with America because the trade war is illegal. Like, the tariffs on Canada specifically, that and Mexico, that Trump has imposed are illegal. I'm politically illiterate and on the other side of the world, but from what I have seen, a big problem is that they have bought into the idea that America is the savior bullshit. Like, no one would exist without them. Yes. Yeah, you were right. It's propaganda, ultimately. It's a lot of America, like Americans, sorry, I should say. A lot of Americans, the individuals, have bought into the American propaganda that America is number one and super duper important, and think that any trade or anything that's gone on with America, any agreements that have gone on with other countries in relation to America are charity cases. Like, they're doing charity, like they're getting ripped off, or there's like... It's just like America is so great that all of the benefit for these things that these other countries are getting these things off of the back of America and not giving anything in return. Like, America doesn't get anything from anybody, which is insane, to be clear. Like, that's absolutely absurd, and doesn't make any sense, and is incorrect. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's beyond stupid. So, you know. I guess I'll get another 2 melons. So it's a complicated problem is part of the issue. Is that there's a lot that goes into America thinking and doing what America is doing right now from like a breakdown standpoint. And there's like a lot of factors, but it boils, if you were to distill it down, it ultimately boils down to Fascism is basic and authoritarianism with a very strong dose of like white nationalist or like nationalist ideologies, with a really strong shot of imperialism. Yeah, we will wind up having to save them. Yeah, like it's imperialism like World War One Germany. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, it's a bad time. Um, and I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. I think a lot of countries. I mean, not Canada's not handling it this way, and I don't think Mexico is handling it this way. But I think because like the EU and the UK, France, etc., are all far enough away. They're a couple of spaces removed that they're sort of playing the let's move a little bit slower and wait and see what happens, which I think is fine. Like I think that's an okay way to handle things. Like I don't think that's the end of the world. Do I think it's the smartest move? France is being more aggressive than Starmer is. Like Macron is way more aggressive about this than Starmer is, for example. And Starmer is losing points because he's coming across as if he's waffling. And people aren't keen on that. But yeah. The tariff. Um I guess at the end of the day, it's going to be one of those, like, I don't blame other countries for wanting to wait and see before they make any definitive decisions, but it's going to be pretty clear that I think on the world stage that what America is doing is illegal. Um, Trump obviously doesn't care. Like, legality has not really ever been a very big concern for Donald Trump, like, whether in politics or not. Legality is lower on his priority list of things that he cares about. If you look at any of the way he's run any of his businesses, if you look at any of the way he's lived his life, like legality is more of like something to be paid for to get out of the way, sort of thing. It's more of an option rather than it's a guideline rather than an actual rule, right? So, I mean, it tracks that he's behaving the same way in when in a position of what he believes is like an ultimate world power. Like he thinks he's a world dictator, and that he gets to tell the rest of the world how to run their shit. And the answer is, the answer is no. That's not how it works. Like the absurdity that Donald Trump actually thinks that he can tell France that French companies are required to follow America's DEI ideology is, like, actually brain dead. Like, for a group of people that's like, we are like, oh, we don't want ideologies pushed, we don't want this, we don't like DEI, we don't want this stuff in our stuff, we don't want the people telling us what words we can use. They are really keen on telling people what words they're allowed to use. Hey, Rez, how you doing? Oh yeah, I meant to not buy some of these books, didn't I? So I could put them on the shelves. Oops. Oh well. I may have started the day a little bit too early. Hello! Yeet. Problem solved. Oh no, you're stuck. What are you stuck with? Potatoes! Oh, that doesn't stop him from doing that. Okay, I was actually concerned about that. When his cart is full, does he still stop people from stealing stuff? And the answer is yes. Okay, I am way less concerned about that than I was. That was actually causing me stress in my life, and I'm glad that that stress has been rectified. Good for me. Yahoo. Alright, what did Rez say? That was a little long. Give me a second. In my experience, very few people seem to understand that political and economical endeavors are a non-zero-sum game. Despite our species being a global society... Despite our species being a global... Can I get back in my game, please? Thank you. Despite our species being a global society, which was intended by America, by the way. America sort of instigated a good portion of that. I mean... At least in the way it is currently. For a near century now, there is a natural push and pull to everything we say, do, think, and are. Far-reaching consequences, both positive and negative, are daily occurrences. The attitude of why should we spend money on that country over there highlights an immoral and immature view of the world, and it lacks an understanding. I would also put in that it also lacks empathy. It's a lack of empathy. And it also lacks lacks the acknowledgement that there is a pragmatic reason for why you would want to do so. Like, it doesn't have to be totally altruistic. Like I said, America seems to view a lot of these things as if they are a charity case when they're actually beneficial. So, like, they look at education and paying for people's education as if it's charity. And the answer is no, you're actually investing in your country's future.
Lack of empathy is America's chief export.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You're right. And thanks for the sub. That's 11 months. Hell yeah. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, you're right. There's it also just, like... You don't want other countries to turn against you, but America is bought into its own bullshit. It's huffing its own supply. America, and I don't mean Americans. I don't think all Americans suffer from this. I think this is definitively, like, more of, like, the personification of America. Has this problem where it also believes that it's only at the top. It believes it's at the top because it's the best, as opposed to it's at the top because other countries let it be there. That you can't be the top of a pile without a pile. And, like, it's gonna be a really rude awakening, and I think that's kind of already happening. And, like, it sucks for a lot of people. Like, this is gonna be very bad. People are going to die. People are also misattributed a lot of the economic crash during Trump's first administration was because of COVID. And they're like, no, it was because of his poor policies. COVID was a factor, but if you'll notice, it was a factor that Trump didn't know how to deal with in a way that was able to stabilize, right? And so there's it's definitive evidence that Trump doesn't know what he's doing. On top of, let's see what we got. Oh, I don't have enough. I only have, I don't think I can get, oh, can I, wait, what did that say? I have to decline it, oh well. So people just ignore that Trump's first term was also an economic disaster, but attribute the disaster part to COVID instead of his poor handling of both COVID and economics at the time. You could say the same thing about Trudeau in Canada, but you would have a harder time being convincing about it because Trudeau also, like, did a very good job handling our economy before and after the pandemic, as well as through... Because keep in mind, Canada didn't just have to deal with the pandemic. Canada also, again, had to deal with Trump's stupid shit. We had to deal with a stupid tariff horse shit. That wasn't like... We didn't... Canada's just been getting fucking punched in the face by America since World War fucking II, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse over the years. One of the things the conservatives in Canada like to complain about is that we sell our oil to America at a discount. And one of the things that America doesn't understand is we sell our oil to them at a discount. But part of that is because it's easier to transfer and transport the oil, so it's not a zero-sum situation. But we could not sell it at a discount. We could sell it at price and just sell it there more because it's still easier to transport, and America can just be like, the bonus you're getting from this is that it's easier to transport, as opposed to getting easier transport, easier access, and a discount. Do not be surprised that that discount goes away. You know what I mean? They're not selling. Why are we seeing more U.S. mades in Europe? U.S. made cars in Europe? Because America doesn't make cars for Europe. That's one of the things I find the funniest. Like, American cars are not designed for European roads. American cars are barely designed for Canadian winters, let alone fucking. You know what I mean? So, like, America's very self-centered, and it's a very big problem. And it's an ideology, right? And, like, the conservative, the right-wing extremists want to pretend that that's not an ideology and that's just normal. Like, that's just the way everything should be thought about all the time, as opposed to being like, no, it's an ideology, and it's a competing ideology. And it's a competing ideology that has failed every single time it's been fucking attempted. It doesn't work. Anyway, that's my soapbox for today. And then we buy a lot of the oil back from in the form of refined gasoline. Yep. Yeah. As I pointed out to the dipstick I was talking to, America's main export are computers and cars, and the main buyers from us are Canada and China. Yeah, oh yeah, Canada is the largest customer of the United States by a large margin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which also make the parts we need to make the computers and the cars. We can't sell the things we can't fucking make, yeah. And even if you want to say, oh, we're just going to return those jobs to America, I mean, fine, but that takes time. That's not easy, and you have to convince, what are you offering? And one of the problems is like, there seems to be this sentiment in the Trump administration and in, like, some of these groups of Americans, the people who think these things, that think that the selling point is America. And that's fucking really stupid. Like, that's really, really fucking dumb. It's like, no. The fucking... The concept that your selling point is, but we're America, is incredibly, incredibly stupid. Like, that wouldn't make any sense if any other country said it to you, so why do you think it makes any fucking... Why would anybody want to work with you? What are you selling? What makes it worth going to America for this instead of somewhere else? You see what I'm saying? I don't think, like, I'm saying anything that's, like, that out of pocket, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is, like, I feel like I'm saying the obvious thing, but it's not obvious to Americans. And the thing is also not obvious, like, what I'm saying right now is, like, mind-blowing to the people that we're talking about. Like, absolutely mind-blowing, to the point of offensive, like, they get angry. And it's like, why are you mad? Like, what? What are you talking about? Why are you mad that you're not... I don't have a reason to fucking... What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? All I'm asking from you is for you to explain to me the good things that make your country viable in this market, and the answer is how dare you question America's viability? And it's like, that's stupid. You're stupid. What are you talking about? Stop being stupid. Alright, I gotta let these guys work for a second. And like, what are the conservatives even selling at this point? It's just perpetual whining and bitching and moaning. Like that's all it is. It's just whining and bitching and fucking moaning, and then being like, and then pointing fingers, as if that makes any fucking sense, and as if that's gonna solve your fucking problem. Like, what are you talking about? It makes no fucking sense. It's infuriating. And then they're like, haha, we triggered you, you're mad. And it's just like, okay, well, enjoy your fucking egg prices, you fucking dumbass. Like, what are you talking about? What? Like, somebody was just like, oh, you're just mad. You just don't like things. I'm like, I don't like Nazis. Why is that? Why are you suggesting like it's weird to not like Nazis? It's pretty normal. Like, that's a pretty standard sentiment. I don't like people that want other people to just be wiped off the face of the earth. I don't like transphobes because I don't like fucking people who think other people deserve to be wiped off the face of the earth and aren't allowed to exist. It's a pretty normal position to have. It's pretty reasonable. The fact that you're even suggesting otherwise is pretty unreasonable. It's silly. It's very silly. You want to talk about ideology? Christ, dude. Just not is also an option. It's always been an option. You can just not be a Nazi. You can make that decision. That's a choice. It's not like you're born that way. I literally talk to one on a semi-regular basis. Somebody who used to be a skinhead and isn't anymore. Did an interview with him on the channel, on YouTube. Of course, YouTube, like, was like, you're not allowed to talk about this. I got in a little bit of trouble, but, you know, whatever. Maybe I smash my face against this door. In my defense, it's accurate to reality. Well, I think that a lot of also what's happened is there's been a long-term campaign in politics and like in the news and in like, you know, mainstream media to co-opt what is otherwise reasonable or a desire to have reasonable, safe, slow progress that has been co-opted by right-wing extremism. And so they say these extreme things as if they're completely fucking normal. Like, suggesting that it's normal or acting like it's a totally blasé normal thing to do to say that, like, actually this rule that the federal government put into place should be revoked, and then the provinces should all individually reconvene those things, as if like the reason it was made a federal rule was because the provinces had already done that. Like, they did that already. That's why it became a federal law, because the majority of provinces already made gay marriage legal. And so they were like, all right, it's a federal law now because it's a civil rights issue. So what, it's gonna be legal to be gay in all of Canada except Alberta? Like, what do you mean? What are people who are gay supposed to do when they're traveling from one end of the fucking country to the other? Bypass Alberta? Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's so fucking stupid. Like, that's insane. Like, it's actually fucking so stupid. When do the Teletubbies come out? Because they might actually be responsible for... I need to move this book sign. I mean, I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer here. Like, a lot of this isn't like the majority of Alberta. It's just there's like a right-wing extremist group that is very much like got a stranglehold on Alberta. Unfortunately. And like there's a lot of Albertan people who are like, "Oh my fucking god, get me out." Please. Early 2000s? Ah, man, I don't know. Teletubbies might have been the beginning of the downfall of American society. Shit. March 31st, 1997. The beginning of the end. Teletubbies did 9/11. There's a Bollywood version? Is that true? Are you just shitting with me right now? One of them is gay. Yeah, Tinky Winky, right? The purple one is super gay. That's the... In lighter news, I think Manya's going live later this week to, like, eviscerate Aaron. So, we want to talk about something that's equally as fucking stupid, but also, like, not as burning the planet to the ground. Like, you know. Bollywood is the rule 34 of TV and movies. That's wonderful. I love that. That's great. 10 out of 10. They accuse me of destroying their mental health and their reputation among the community. Oh, I got a message from the person that voted for the Germany Nazi Party. They accused me of destroying their mental health and their reputation among the community. And you responded with, "Okay, Hitler." That's such a good answer. What the fuck? Yeah, it's a fucking... Well, I mean... Bro, no, you is basically that. It's like, I didn't do that to you. You did that to you. You just don't like that people don't like fucking Nazis. And, too bad. Stop being a Nazi. Do you really think out there, guys, do you really think that a Nazi has ever sat down and considered why people don't like them and thought that maybe I should take a moment and reasonably listen to what the other side has to say? And the answer is no, because if they did, they wouldn't be a Nazi anymore. I will strict. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're talking about a lack of empathy here. These are people who don't give a shit or think about what other people have to say or think. And think that other people should stop existing. I bet they've given that as much thought as MAGAs have about Trump's policy. Well, that's the problem. Those are the same thing. Whoops, tautology. Trump MAGAs are fucking Nazis. They're right-wing extremist fascists. that want people genocided. They want people to stop existing. They want police state. Like, if you want all the Nazi gear and style and none of the hatred, just be a furry. There is some hatred in the furry communities. Specifically with the zoophiles, but that's a whole other conversation. And we don't have to have that conversation today. I'm okay with not having that conversation today. In fact, can we pretend I didn't bring that up? Let's just pretend I didn't say anything. I guess let's just pretend I didn't say something. Has Erin ever sat down and considered that she's stupid? Why she is stupid? Well, you know. Has Erin ever considered? No. The answer is no. She's not capable. Her skin is too thin. She's too fragile to consider. And that's the thing, is a lot of these people are too fragile to be able to handle even thinking about the idea that they could be wrong. They can't even handle that, because here's the thing, if they do, suddenly they have to consider all of the shit that they're doing is horrible if they consider that they might be wrong. And they know that what they're doing is fucking horrible. But that's the intention. The intention is to be fucking horrible. They just want to pretend they're not. I can't wait to start cutting ties with family members after this next election. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to throw hands at fucking... Oh yeah, I was gonna not buy some of these books. Okay, I'm not gonna buy that one. I already did the other one, so I'll just do the one at a time. I can't wait to throw hands at Thanksgiving. It's gonna be a good time. Good times. Good news, everyone! Yeah, insight. Making an all-black guild for Rez to join. Yeah, do it. So Vance has stated free speech is an absolute right. I mean, okay. I mean, when Elon Musk thinks that he's a free speech absolutist. Oh no, Mr. Couchfucker MAGA speech is what you want to be free. Everyone else can fuck off, yeah. To be super clear, the guild did not defend the Nazi. I got a 30-day vacation because I told someone to off themselves. Yeah, I mean, that's... Considering, like, you got a little bit... You got a ban. I might not have done 30 days, but you got a ban and they got kicked off the server. I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair. I think that's a pretty equal way to handle it. Like, from an administrative point of view. I would have had that person yeeted before you should have gotten... The thing is that mods should have stepped in before you got to the point where you said that. They should have... As soon as somebody started with Nazi shit, they should have been dealt with. In my humble opinion. You thinking too much hurts you. Yeah. It do be like that. Alright. I need to buy another one of these. It's like, how many spaces do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 spots. And I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, but all of them need 2. And how many spots is in 1? 1, 2, 3, 9. So 7 plus 9 is 16. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12. So I'll end up with 4 extra spaces. I mean, that's fine. We got a couple of things doubled up, so a couple of those things might need more than 2 spots. So like how these ones need 3. One of them might need 3, so we'll see. I'm an officer with mod powers on the guild site, but I thought I'd try to turn them around after about an hour of back and forth. You gave up. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's more than reasonable to give somebody hours of your time to put up with their stupid Nazi horse shit. Yeah, I got no patience for that. I think I only need to add 1 for now. I'm gonna put it there. There we go. I'm gonna put it right here. I don't know if I'm gonna put another one facing the other direction, but for now... I mean, I guess I could put it here. I don't know if I like that, though. It seems squishy. I've got the extra space, but I also don't want it... I don't want to face it this way because that's gonna look ugly from outside. I don't like that. I guess I can put it this way. Ta-da! Right. Yeah, I agree. It seems out of place. You're off work this week? Nice. Congratulations. They always go dead silent when they come up against an immovable object. Yeah. It's one of those things where like some things just don't deserve to like people don't deserve to be treated as if they're equal because they're not. Some things are not equal. Period. End of sentence. The opinions of Nazis are not equal to the opinions of literally anybody else. A toddler's opinion has more viability than a Nazi's opinion. Period. I want to add to the original poster on the comment. Hasn't said anything. This dip trying to save him highlighted how dumb they are. Oh, that's funny. It's funny when somebody tries to come out and help them and then just ends up like saying something equally or more stupid. I mean, that's what JD Vance does to Trump all the time, right? He says something that's supposed to be in support of him and then accidentally just ends up making Trump look more dumb. And it's like, good God, just stop. Stop hitting yourself. The power of negative IQs is frightening. Yeah. Yeah, good point. Book. So, here's the thing. You can, particularly with Nazis, we know for a fact that they could be reformed. Right? But there's lots of questions around how to go about doing that. Like, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. So what do? Do you just do Nazis get to go to the concentration camp? Do Nazis get to go to, like, reform school? Like, do they get an alternative education program that they need to do? Like, what? And the answer is that I don't know what the tools are that would be effective in getting a Nazi to stop being a Nazi. I don't know what is effective in that regard. And the only thing I can really think of is just being removed from the echo chamber. Touching grass. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only things I can think of that are, like, non-aggressive. Well, I mean, it's aggressive, but not in the same way, obviously. Nazis get the same treatment they put their victims through? Well, certainly. Does that reform them, though, is the question I'm asking. I mean, you might not care, and that's fine. I'm not saying you should, and I'm not saying that this is the way to do it. I'm simply asking the question. Is that effective? My brother's experience getting fucked up in jail works 100% of the time. That sounds anecdotal. I mean, I'm just giving you a hard time. These are hard questions, though. And, like, they're hard questions about, like, moral consistency. I don't think I believe that doing to someone what they've done to other people is necessarily effective or a good way or a society that I would want to build. Like, I don't think that's something I would want. I'm not convinced it would be effective. Maybe it would be. Maybe I'm wrong. And I don't know. I'm legitimately asking because I actually have no idea. And, like, obviously not everything is gonna work for everybody, but, like, would it be reasonable to have, like, a program in place? You know what I mean? Would that be effective? Would that be something that we would want? I think so. I think we would want to have, like, people who have such caustic, like, or there should be a program in place to prevent people from falling down this pipeline. Like, what is actually the cause of this quote-unquote male loneliness thing that leads people down this right-wing pipeline down into the depths of fucking hell? You know what I mean? And, like, I do think that, like, job, socioeconomic status is a factor. I think education is a factor. Access to mental health resources is a factor. I think the way we talk about men's issues is a factor. It's actually very complex, but you're on the right mental path. It varies from case to case. I can't explain it in detail via keyboard. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. I think there's just a lot of things that play into it, and those things are all different for different people. And I'm sure there's, like, a handful of people that are just doomed, you know what I mean? It's just like, you're just doomed. There's nothing we can do about you. And I think that is the purpose of, like, a prison. You know what I mean? Like the prison as we know it and as we see it, where the goal of the prison is to remove the individual from society because they are a danger to people. They're too much of a danger to be managed in any capacity. Then those extreme situations is where you would want that. Otherwise, I think most prisons need to be changed into, like, reform programs. And part of the reform program is figuring out, okay, so why is this the life you're living? Why did you decide this? What makes you think this is a good idea? One of the things that we know for a fact helps reform people is by them spending time around, like, so one of the ways to reform somebody who is racist is to let them exist around the people they hate and realize that they're just fucking people. So, like, a way to, like, de-radicalize somebody who hates women and blames women for all their problems is for them to hang around with women, but it needs to be in the right type of environment and the right type of, and in like a controlled setting. Because you also don't want to put the women in danger, and should it be women's burden to do that, regardless? And the answer is well, no, it should be voluntary, or they should be paid for the work, right? Like with any other job. You're gonna deal with a petulant child, you should be paid for dealing with that petulant child. Trump's secretaries get paid to deal with his stupid ass. You know what I mean? There's power in unordinary that uses the memories of people, troubled people, to reform them, and yeah. They internalize the lack of upward mobility as being a failure and externalize as being against men. That's part of it, yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'd have to look to see, like, how, if there is, like, a disproportionate number of, like, white men, or if it's a reasonable proportion of white to, like, black or Latino men, that are, like, stuck in the Andrew Tate view of shit. Because it does seem to affect black men a lot as well. Just from what I've seen, but I don't know if there's a statistic on that. And I'd be curious. I'd be curious if there is if there's like a ratio of like if this seems to affect like any demographic more than another one. I'd be curious. I mean, it probably is. There's probably like some numbers on it. Get out of here. We're closed. Fuck out of my store. T-pose time. Yeah, and like you just because you have one thing doesn't mean you will have other things, or just because you have other things doesn't mean you will have this one thing, right? Like a flat earther isn't necessarily going to be believe in chemtrails, but a lot of the time they do, right? So it's like a disproportionate number, so it's like, okay, why? When it comes to flat earthers, because we use them as a quintessential example, right? They're not necessarily, like, important. It's just more like they make a good example. I think there's a lot of... I think that there's a lot of... Remember when the statistic came out not too long ago about how many, like, psychopaths are actually in a society on average? And the number was way higher than everybody thought it was. And now everybody's like, hey, why are there so many conservatives out there that have no empathy? And it's just like, maybe there's some overlap. It affects both, but how it affects black culture men is different. Yeah. Masculine tough guys end up and tend to wind up in jail. Yeah, and that's not okay. Like, there's a lot of... Listen, there is a lot in society that works against men. I'm not gonna quibble about that. I agree. I think that there's a lot of things in society that work against men, and I think it's not a competition. And I don't think that weaponizing the bad things that are happening to you to prevent someone else from getting access to things, or to stop bad things happening to them, is productive or useful. I don't think that helps you at all. That's the crabs in a bucket. Like, that's not helpful for anybody. It doesn't do anything for anybody. It is a big old bad time. That's just misery-loving company. Like, why do you think that women having a better time would make it worse for you? It wouldn't. It doesn't. That's not how it works. What did I run out of? That's crazy. It wasn't the color book. God dang it. Conspiratorial thinking comes from a willful ignorance, and I can say this is definitive because these same people use the internet on their mobile phones via satellite transmissions to argue with people in order to tell them the world is flat. Yeah, I think there's a couple things that go into conspiratorial mindset, but if you want to talk about like flat Earth specifically, I've noticed that a lot of flat earthers have a really, really hard time conceptualizing large like geometry. Like, and like not just specifically geometry, but I just mean like relative scale. Like, they have a really hard time with relative scale as a concept. And like what that like even visually, like it's just something that is not fucking. If I was being extremist about it, like if I wanted to pull like a Craig and be like a little bit extremist about it, I'd say all like flat earthers suffer from this mental issue that makes it impossible for them to conceptualize large space and large geometry, because there is actually a thing that there's a mental disability, I guess. I don't know if it's classified as a disability actually. There's like a thing. It has a name and everything, and I just can't think of what it is right now. That basically means that your mind has a hard time or cannot recognize shapes at a large scale. It's like the same one. It's like in the same profile as like the one that says you can't tell directions. There's also like this superiority, or like this idea that people don't have enough. Like, aren't you busy? Don't you have shit to do? And the answer is no, they don't. They don't have healthy lifestyles outside of whatever's going on the internet. So because of that, they end up like stuck in this like perpetual feedback loop. And the algorithms are a really big problem. Algorithms really need to be fixed and regulated differently. Excuse me. There's a really big problem with internet algorithms. I don't know what the solution is to those, by the way. I know that they're a problem, but I don't know what the solution is. Yeah, you need, like, Landon to talk about that. You need somebody that's way smarter than I am, or has, like, a better understanding of how to break that down and what it would look like than me. I'm just a little goblin. It's more that our species is a kind of over-designed our pattern recognition to the point. Yeah, that's a thing too. Like, sometimes your greatest skill can be a detriment if you don't keep it in check. Or if it's not regulated in some capacity. There are people who I know that have that, and they're actually very well grounded. Yeah, well, it's kind of like people who know that they have an issue know how to fix it, and people who don't know have an issue, it spins out of control, right? So, like, if you have anger issues, for example, but you know that you have anger issues, and you have the self-awareness to be able to then get help or get the tools that you need to manage that, then you're fine. You're gonna be great. You're good to go, right? It'll be a struggle sometimes, but you're not gonna be, like, a problem. As opposed to somebody who has anger issues, doesn't know they have anger issues, and refuses to acknowledge any input, even suggesting that they might. Right? That person is going to be a problem. This is the type of person that I'm talking about. People who are like, anger issues aren't even a real thing. That's just the woke mind virus telling you that not to be manly. And then they make the anger issues and they imbibe those anger issues as part of their personality, and not only that, but a part of their personality that should be lauded as like a good thing. It's the same as people who think that they're proud of being ignorant, they're proud of being stupid. They think if you're smart, it means that you are woke, or like you've lost something, or like you've given up some kind of personal power or individuality or a part of who you are to obtain this knowledge, and it's like, that's actually insane. Like, doesn't make any sense. It's like, it's the same as with like somebody like who has narcissism. Just because you are a narcissist doesn't mean you're going to be like an incredibly toxic hole of go fuck yourself in every relationship you have. If you know you have it and learn how to mitigate it, yeah, you're gonna have struggles, and that's okay. But you're working on it. You'll be good. Keep at it. You're good to go. But if you're a narcissist and you don't know you're a narcissist, and that narcissism feeds into this idea that you've never done anything wrong and you don't need to do anything, and it's actually the things that are going wrong is everybody else's fault, well, then you're going to be a lot more of an issue. And it's one of those things where if you start talking about rehabilitation, how do you rehabilitate somebody from being a transphobe? When any information to the contrary is dogmatically treated as a conspiracy or as some kind of like a virus, some kind of problem. Like, you see what I'm talking about? And like, there are some more obvious answers than others, and one of them is like literally just you need to be removed from the internet. Like the internet brain rot is is too much, and you need to get the fuck offline. So there's that. But all right, let's order this thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Boom. Why did I do that? I need to go to the market. To the market. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. Actually, I need 3 of everything. Boom. Banana. Eat the bananas. We got bananas. All right. Is there anything over here? Yes. Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the onions to this side. L'onion. L'onion. Where'd my bananas go? Bananas. 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 Now we got fruits. I didn't press that button, but okay. My game's getting like stuck. Bananas. Bananas. Yeah. Alright, we got bananas. We got clementines. Alright, so the clementines are gonna go where the potatoes are, I think. We need to move potatoes. Wait, why did that happen? Wait, why did that happen? I didn't do that. That wasn't me. I don't know how that happened. It's fine. It's fine. Potatoes. Potatoes are getting moved over here. Potato. 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 Wait, these are onions. Clementines. Ta-da! Yeet! Alright. We got 1 space there. What else we got over here? I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me. It definitely wasn't me. I didn't do that. Okay, listen, I didn't do this either. That wasn't me. I did not do that. My game is lagging and getting stuck. It's gotta be that. There's no way I put that up there. No way in hell. I don't even want to hear it. You're fucking lying to me. Like, what is this? I didn't do this either. Look at it. I'm not pressing anything. I'm getting stuck. Guys. This isn't me, I swear to God. Like, what? Ah! Guys, I might have to be done for today. The game is... See? It thinks I'm clicking, and I am definitively not clicking. See? Look at this. I'm not touching anything. My hands, look. I'm clapping. It's not me. That's not even the lag. The game is fucking spazzing out. Or my mouse is having a fucking minute. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. We're gonna call that for today. If I stand here, will it, like, you think it's gonna try and pick it up? Anyway, I'm at the end of how long I was able to stay today anyway. I'm gonna be a little bit short. I got some shit I gotta do. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably. Yeah, I should be back tomorrow. I got 3 streams tomorrow, so catch me on Debate Hub tomorrow, as well as catch me here tomorrow, as well as catch me on my regular channel tomorrow. I got a busy week. I gotta take a nap. Holy shit. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you all have a good day. And, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!